Private jets, million-dollar mansions, and global empires. These pastors aren't just preaching, they're living in serious luxury. But how did they turn faith into fortune? Let's find out. Matthew Ashimolowo, the pastorpreneur. Matthew Ashimolowo is not your average preacher. He's a Nigerian-born pastor, businessman, author, and the founder of Kingsway International Christian Center, KICC, in London, one of Europe's biggest churches. His estimated net worth? Somewhere between $6 million and $15 million, and most of that comes from outside the church. Sure, he earns about £100,000 annually from KICC, but he also runs 10 successful businesses, including his media company, Matthew Ashimolowo Media, which sells Christian books, documentaries, and teaching materials. He even launched KICC TV, the UK's first church-owned Christian channel, reaching over 140 million homes globally. Flashy cars? Absolutely. Think Porsche Cayenne, Range Rover Sport, Bulletproof Hummer, and Mercedes-Benz. He also flies in private jets and has been spotted arriving at events in a Rolls-Royce. But not all is golden. From 2002 to 2005, the UK Charity Commission investigated his church's finances and found irregularities, including personal purchases and a Florida apartment. He was forced to repay £200,000 and his church's finances were placed under external control. Still, Ashimolowo remains popular. Every year, he organizes events supporting widows in Nigeria and runs food banks in the UK that serve over 40,000 meals during COVID-19. Creflo Dollar, the jet controversy. Creflo Augustus. Dollar Jr. is a name you've probably heard, especially if you're into prosperity preaching. Founder of World Changers Church International in Georgia, Creflo Dollar turned a school cafeteria service for 8 people in 1986 into a mega ministry worth tens of millions. By 2006, his church was making $70 million annually, and by 2007 it had around 30,000 members. He later opened churches in LA, Dallas, Cincinnati, and New York. Creflo's preaching? All about prosperity theology. Give money to God, and God blesses you back. Many critics call this exploitative, but his books and conferences say otherwise. His net worth is estimated to be between $27 million and $30 million. He owns a $3.4 million mansion, a condo in Atlanta, Rolls-Royces, and, here's the kicker, he once asked his congregation to fund a $65 million Gulfstream G650 jet. That sparked major backlash. But in a surprising 2022 twist, Creflo publicly admitted he was wrong about tithing. He said Christians shouldn't feel forced to give 10% of their income. Was it growth or guilt? You decide. Chris Oyakhilome, from student preacher to global pastor. Chris Oyakhilome, better known as Pastor Chris, started his journey while still a university student in Nigeria. Today, he leads Believers Love World Incorporated, also known as Christ Embassy, a global Christian empire. His ministry reaches millions and includes the popular devotional Rhapsody of Realities, Love World TV, a healing school, and crusades that draw millions, including one event with 3.5 million attendees. Despite controversies, including a $35 million money laundering case and scrutiny from UK regulators, Pastor Chris was never convicted. He's remained a towering figure in African evangelism. His net worth? Reported to be around $50 million. He owns a massive Lagos mansion called the White House, complete with a garage, sports complex, and more. His car fleet includes Bentleys and Range Rovers, and he flies in multiple private jets. Even though he divorced his wife in 2016, his ministry hasn't slowed down. He's also deeply involved in charity through the Chris Oyakhilome Foundation, helping children and supporting healthcare and education across continents. Enoch Adeboye. The mathematician pastor. Born in a poor Nigerian town, Pastor Enoch Adeboye studied mathematics, earned a PhD, and taught at a university before stepping into ministry. He joined the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, in 1973 as a sermon interpreter. By 1981, he became the general overseer, and the church exploded in growth. Today, RCCG has branches in nearly 200 countries. His net worth, estimated between $65 million and $110 million. Pastor Adeboye earns around $2 million per year from church work and has made smart investments. He owns luxury vehicles including a Rolls-Royce Phantom, Mercedes G-Wagon, and Land Rover Discovery. Oh, and a $65 million Gulfstream G550 private jet. But Adeboye isn't all glitz. He's written over 60 books, donated medical equipment for his 80th birthday, and even dreams of having a church within 5 minutes walking distance in every city. Love him or not, Pastor Adeboye has built a legacy that reaches across the world. Uebert Angel, the prophet with a private island. In 2024, reports estimated Uebert Angel's net worth at $60 million, though he denies it. But he owns helicopters, gave his son a mansion for his 16th birthday, and is rumored to own a private island worth $4.7 million. Angel runs multiple businesses under the Angel organization, including Brits Bank and Atom Mobile. He also started the Millionaire Academy and has a background in finance, with degrees from Salford and Bolton University. He launched Club Millionaire in 2005, entered real estate and expanded into TV, music labels, and global property ventures. One of his properties in the UK, a 30,000 square foot complex, is worth over $2 million. But he's also deeply philanthropic. In 2020, his foundation paid school fees for over 1,800 students in Zimbabwe, built homes, and donated millions. In 2021, Zimbabwe's president appointed him ambassador at large to attract investment. In 2023, he was appointed to the African Union's Pan-African Parliament. Love him or question him, Angel's luxury life is real, and he's not hiding it. Shepherd Bushiri, the fugitive billionaire pastor. Prophet Shepherd Bushiri is widely regarded as the richest pastor in Malawi, with an estimated net worth of $150 million. He founded the Enlightened Christian Gathering, ECG, in South Africa, which quickly expanded across Africa to countries like Ghana, Malawi, and South Sudan. But Bushiri's empire goes far beyond preaching. He has business interests in tourism, real estate, forex trading, mining, and aviation, making him both a spiritual leader and a sharp entrepreneur. In 2019, Bushiri and his wife were arrested in South Africa on serious charges of fraud, money laundering, and theft, some dating back to 2015. The couple was granted bail, but they later fled the country, violating their bail conditions and becoming fugitives. South African authorities responded by seizing several of their high-value assets, including a Rolls-Royce Ghost, an Aston Martin Volante, and a luxury mansion in Pretoria. However, Bushiri had already relocated many of his prized possessions to Malawi before the government could reach them. Today, despite the legal turmoil, Bushiri still owns some truly lavish assets. He has a 1.3 billion rand hotel and spa, an 11 million rand mansion, and 2 private jets. His car collection includes elite vehicles like a Bentley Bentayga limited edition and a Maserati, among others. Through his company, Shepherd Bushiri Investments, he oversees a wide portfolio that includes aviation services, real estate, educational ventures, TV networks, sports teams, and even universities. Even with international legal issues hanging over him, Bushiri continues to lead his church and businesses from Malawi. He maintains a massive following across Africa and keeps producing content, hosting events, and expanding his brand. Whether you see him as a prophet, a businessman, or a fugitive, there's no denying that Shepherd Bushiri remains one of the most controversial and wealthiest religious figures on the continent. Bishop T.D. Jakes, preacher and producer. Bishop T. D. Jake is a global force, known not just for his ministry but also for his success in entertainment and publishing. He began his journey in 1982, pastoring a tiny church in West Virginia with only 10 members. Today, he leads the Potter's House, a 30,000-member megachurch in Dallas that sits on 34 acres of land. His sermons, often centered on personal growth and spiritual empowerment, have reached millions worldwide. Jakes is a best-selling author with titles like Woman, Thou Art Loosed, Reposition Yourself, and Crushing. In Hollywood, he's produced successful films including Heaven is for Real, Miracles from Heaven, and Jumping the Broom. His company, T.D. Jakes Enterprises, has helped grow his fortune to an estimated $150 million. He owns a $5.5 million mansion, holds 13 honorary doctorates, and even received $1 million live from Tyler Perry during a church service. Proud of his African roots, Jakes's DNA traces back to Nigeria's Igbo people, adding a deep cultural connection to his global legacy. Bishop David Oyedepo, Nigeria's most powerful preacher. Bishop David Oyedepo is the founder of Living Faith Church Worldwide, better known as Winners Chapel, and is widely regarded as Nigeria's richest and most influential pastor. In 1981, he claimed to have received an 18-hour vision from God, which inspired him to start the church. What began in Kaduna has now grown globally, with branches in 45 countries. The church's headquarters, Canaan Land, sits on 5,000 acres in Nigeria. Canaan Land features the Faith Tabernacle, a 50,000-seat church recognized by Guinness World Records, as well as Covenant University, Faith Academy, and various commercial establishments like housing estates, restaurants, shops, a bakery, and a gas station. With an estimated net worth exceeding $150 million, Oyedepo owns 4 private jets, including a Gulfstream V, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Mercedes G-Wagon, and multiple properties across Nigeria, the U.S., and the UK. Known for criticizing corruption and promoting education, he's also constructing a 100,000-seat megachurch, the Ark. Despite controversy over his prosperity teachings, Oyedepo's influence is undeniable. From Rolls-Royces to private jets, and from small prayer groups to global empires, these pastors have turned faith into fortunes. But what do you think? Are they using their wealth for good, or does it raise serious questions about prosperity preaching? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want to know who secretly owns China, don't miss our next video.